Hi, and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today is a special episode, episode 127. We are shooting right on the eve of Diwali, and the Samvat starts with Muhurat session on Diwali day at 6:15 p.m. and we are closing Samvat 2077. Samvat is a Hindu calendar, and we traditionally in stockbroking new accounts are opened from the new Diwali session, and that's why the Muhurat is uh, kept there. So let's first take a look at what happened in the markets today. So real estate was again up, metals were up, commodities were up. Uh, Within banks, State Bank of India was largely up after its results and also leading up to it. Private banking saw a bit of a sell off today. Autos were a bit soft along with pharma and FMCG. So, overall, I think the mood was more towards profit booking and maybe even the long weekend ahead, that we only have 1 hour of session on Thursday, which is very illiquid, and the participation is very low on that day, obviously. So we have full days of Thursday and Friday global events to be digested by the market when it opens on Monday. So a lot of positions do get paired ahead of 2 days, virtually 2 days of market not being there. But having said that, the real estate sector definitely has been on a very strong wicket, and the metals and commodity sector has also been pretty strong. And we'll see in today's daily bite how these sectors have performed in the last year. As you can see on the indices, Nifty 50, all cap, small cap 250, CNX 500, they were all soft, down quarter percent. They were down much more during the day, but there was a recovery after the State Bank of India results. And only Nifty Next 50 closed almost 0.5% up. Similarly, in line, NNF 10, which tracks Nifty Next 50, was up 0.86%, and several of the other weekend investing strategies were down. MI20, MI25, MITH2, they were all down between 0.5%, quarter percent to 1.25%. So really a sort of a nothing, sort of a no particular direction sort of a day. Some large names like L&T, State Bank, uh, they were pretty much driving the Nifty. Uh, Other than that, it was pretty eventless, and people already seem to be in the Diwali mood and not really participating hard in the market today. So let's take a look at what has happened in the last almost 1 year. The last Samvat started beginning of I think November, third week of November, I think, but more or less the trends are there in front of you. So metal stocks have done the best, up about 136%. Real estate has come up very recently in the last, I would say, 3 months or maybe 4 months, has really picked up really well. And PSU banks have outshone even private banks by a large amount. And this sector was so beaten, so badly beaten, that nobody was really expecting this kind of a move to come. But these three sectors have really been the front runners, and I don't think I have all the sectors in the chart here. So, for instance, a lot of chemical stocks, fertilizer stocks, they have also done, that sector has done well. Sugar has done well, but it's not really there, only as a part of commodities. So, we can see that the indices which are colored in blue, so Nifty up about 51%, Nifty Next 50, 54%, CNX 200 about 55%, CNX 500 about 58%, and small and mid caps 95 and 83% roughly, small cap 250 and mid cap and small cap 400. So you can see that various sectors have underperformed all the indices. So auto, private banks, consumption, FMCG, pharma. As an index, they have really not kept up with the broader indices also. Energy, infra, IT, public sector enterprise, commodities are somewhere sort of done well compared to CNX 500, which is the universal sort of broader market index. And then, of course, we have the metal reality and PSU banks, which have outshone the sectors, the other sectors. So going forward, the momentum seems to be here in these three, and somewhat in commodities and niche ITs players. What somewhat 2078 holds is anybody's guess, but right now the momentum is definitely in this top quadrant here. Let's also take a look at top gainers and losers of this last Samvat. So we've just ranked all the stocks above, I think, 5,000 crores of market cap according to the gains, and phenomenal gains have come in this last about 1 year. I doubt if any other similar period would have had these kind of gains. And when you go through the list, you feel like, where was I when all these gains were happening? And although we've touched many of the gainers, however, the absolute numbers are so overwhelming that it is amazing. So, in terms of top gainers, we'll let me just sort this. Yeah. So this is left is top gainers and right is top losers. So the worst loser is also, only 25-30% down. So Glenmark, Alembic Pharma, AstraZeneca, Cartrade, Biocon, Granules, Aurobindo. See, these are some of the names which have not done well. Again, a lot of pharma names you are seeing: Dr. Reddy's, Natco Pharma, Bandhan Bank, Colgate Palmolive. Just the same. See, the list that we just saw, the sectors that have not done so well: FMCG, pharma, private banking. All those names are coming here. If you notice, again, Glenmark Pharma, Britannia Industries only 5%. Yes Bank, of course, City Union Bank, Nestle. But just look at the gainers, Brightcom, Tata Tele. Of course, some of them are very small. Still, maybe we should have sorted based on 10-20,000 crore market cap. But still, you can see Adani Total Gas, Saregama, 539%, Adani Transmission, 510%, GSW Energy, 467%. Actually, in the first page itself, I can see that there are at least 10 or 12 names that did appear in some weekend investing strategy sooner or later in this last 1 year. Yes, all these names are there or have been there. Indian Energy, Adani, Hinduja, IFL, Balaji Ameen, Tata Power, Poonawalla, HFC, all were there, because when you are playing momentum, this will come up somewhere or the other. Tata LXI, Angel Broking, Gujarat Fluorochem, Hindustan Copper, Indiabuild Real Estate, several 100% gains. And you may not have captured all the gains, but still, having strength in your portfolio is always a winning strategy, according to me. KPIT Tech, more recently, Tanla Platforms, huge winner, and more than this year. If you look at 2 years, it's gone up like maybe 10 times. Again, Mindtree, Vedanta. So many familiar names for weekend investors here in the top 2-3 pages itself, where you have several 100% gains from their Dixon. I can see Lux Industries, I can see Alkyl Amines, I can see Carborundum. So many stocks. So just to give you a flavor of where we have been in this last year, the phenomenal markets that we have seen, and if you were stuck in some of these loser names, Hero MotoCorp minus 10% for the year, we've lost opportunity. Nothing wrong in having a long-term view if you have one, but from a more medium to shorter term perspective, a lot of loss of opportunity is there. Let's move on to what our strategies have done in the last 1 year. Some have overperformed, some have underperformed, some have just met the benchmark. So what I would say is that every strategy will not outperform at all times. However, in a longer duration, we would want all strategies to at least beat benchmarks by a good margin. That is the basic function. Otherwise, why would you pay for any strategy, and why would you need a research company to offer you research if that is not happening? Uh, Let me also add that 60, 70, 80% of other uh, equity products, be it mutual funds, be it PMS, be it AIF, also do not beat benchmarks. But that's a different matter for another day. So this is NNF 10 strategy. 10 stocks from Nifty Next 50 has beaten the benchmark by a small margin. I would not call it any outperformance in any big way. However, has met the benchmark this year, and overall in a longer period it has beaten the benchmarks by a wider margin. Another large cap based strategy we have is MILT CNX 200. This has been lagging this year. It's gained 42% versus 55% on the CNX 200. Again, on a longer term basis, it has about met the benchmark or beaten it slightly. It is a very very slow strategy in terms of virtually the lowest or slowest churn in the strategy, and hence some the alpha is also very very small compared to the benchmark over longer periods. MI20 recently launched. It's a mid and small cap rotational momentum on 20 stocks. From August, it is up a few percent, pretty much in line with where the small cap index was, but over a period, and this is the blue line is actually the pre-launch, so this is sort of the back test. So there was a gain in the back test, but from the launch itself, I think it is in line with the benchmark. This is MI50. This has been running since 2016, but it was launched on small case, I think somewhere near Feb. No, I'm sorry. This was launched last year, and for some period during the initial, and I think this period there is some data error here, but overall it has gradually outperformed the index, but in the last month or so it has given back some of the gains over the benchmark and has beaten the benchmark only slightly. But overall in the longer term, this has done very very well compared to the mid and small cap index. MI25, one of the top ranked strategies we have for purely small cap stocks. This has been closed for new subscription, but it will open on Muhurat Day. So November 4th is when it will open for an hour, and this, as you can see, did very well post April, and it created a huge gain versus the benchmark index. The top winners in this last period have been JB Chem Farm, Polymed, Bajaj Electric, Vaibhav Global, Alkyl Amine, Laurus Labs, Triveni, KPR Mills. Several of these have been exited. Some we are still holding, but this is a great performance from this strategy, and this strategy has been running live since 2016. So we have completed 5.5 years, even more than that, on this strategy, and this strategy does not fail to impress you once you are in it for a few years, because small caps themselves are so volatile that you need to ride through a cycle to really appreciate the gains here. MI35 is another small cap based strategy. This also, the blue line is showing you the back test and from where it went live, and since it has gone live, it has pretty much has been in line with the benchmark versus the small cap 250 index. So this is too early basically to even capture the the performance of this strategy. MI30, again another strategy that has been running since 2016. This has also performed very well till about September, and in the last couple of months it has lagged the CNX 500 index. But overall, in the last 5.5 years that it has been running, it has done very, very well versus the benchmark. MIMT All Cap, one of our most successful strategies, runs on all cap stocks above 1000 crores. You can see here in this particular about a year, it has gone 140% versus 57% on the index. Largest winners are KPIT Tech, Tactile Axi, Saregama, Adani Green Alkylamine, Adani Enterprise, Deepak Nitrite. So many of these stocks, of course, have been already booked out, and some we are still holding. So this strategy has really done well in this current last year. MIATH, another star performer from our bouquet of strategies, 148% versus 57% again. Tata Elxsi, Adani Green and Adani Transmission have been, Adani Total Gas have been the star winners here, several 100% gains in many of them, and this remains one of our most sort of sought after strategies. MIATH2 is a very recently launched strategy. You can see the blue back test till about August, and then it has virtually not gone anywhere. In fact, it is down from where it was launched, whereas the CNX 500 index is gradually up, so it has underperformed in the last few months. This strategy does have a requirement of very strong momentum to exist to really gain very strongly, and you can see that the gains, when they come very, very rapidly. So it's slightly higher risk strategy, very concentrated also, but over a longer period I'm pretty sure that this will beat the benchmark in a big way. Another sort of reminder that we are going to be having a opening of all our currently closed strategies for the Muhurat session. So 6:15 is when the Muhurat session starts, and it runs for an hour. So we will open all our closed strategies. So if you wanted to get into MIATH, MIATH2, MI25, MIMT All Cap, these strategies will be open for you, and post the Muhurat session we will have to shut them back until another occasion maybe. So please make use of this opportunity in case you were wanting to get in. So thank you so much for watching Daily Bites. This Samvat was also one of the years when we have started new things in terms of providing content beyond our mandate of providing the strategy, creating videos, doing these Daily Bites, and thank you so much for your appreciation, all the love that you keep sending me over on Twitter and on email, and my words are pretty short to I don't have many words to thank you for all the the good words that I keep receiving. So please do spread the word around. Have a great Diwali. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. And the next Daily Bite will be aired on Monday. And for the November 4th Muhurat session, I'll be there online. In case you have any issues with the subscriptions, you can just drop an email to support@weekendinvesting.com, and we'll take it up right there and then immediately. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great festival season and a great Samvat 2078. May it be filled with happiness and wealth for you and your family. Thanks. Bye.